Hey guys, so I actually have to film the intro for this video on here because my camera, the SD card, is full and I don't have any other ones. I need to go buy some more. So sorry about that, that I'm filming on my phone. But basically today's video is going to be a video doing a full face of makeup wearing just dollar store products. So I got all these products at Dollar Tree. Everything was $1. I tried to keep it pretty simple by using strictly Dollar Tree brands, I guess, because they do have like Wet n Wild and stuff there, but I wanted to use things that I haven't used before. So this is kind of the finished product. You're seeing it now, but if you guys want to see the products I used to achieve this, you guys can keep watching. And I've seen a lot of people do this and I'm really excited to try it out myself, so yeah, keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to get started. I have all the makeup here, so it is in this little Dollar Tree bag. So I'm going to try to do this. The only thing I did is I kind of filled in my eyebrows a little bit because I only use like one product ever on my eyebrows, and that's Anastasia. So yeah, so I already did that, but other than that, we're going to do everything else the best we can with this dollar store makeup. I'm very nervous just because I do have a couple of breakouts. I don't know if you guys can see, from like stress this past week and all that, so I'm a little nervous. I feel like I look crazy too because I literally just woke up. So anyways, that being said, we are going to try out some of these products. I guess I'm just going to pull everything out. So the one thing I am nervous about is I'm pretty sure the concealer is going to be way too dark, because they didn't have a whole lot of shade options for that. So like I'm slightly nervous, but we will see. I guess first off, what we're going to start with is we're going to start off with foundation. That's what I would normally start with. So, okay, here's the biggest problem I had when I was like trying to find one. A lot of them are in literally like 3 to 4 colors. Like it would be like light, medium, tan, dark. Like that was like the shade range. And that's like such a hard range to pick from because my skin is like, I mean, I'm pale, but like I also have like kind of like different undertones and all that. So typically my normal foundation is the Fenty Beauty foundation. I love this foundation, and I actually use 150 in this. This is like the perfect shade for me, so this is what I typically use. So I ended up getting the Sassy and Chic moisturizing foundation, and this is in light. So can I be a beauty guru today? Can I show you this? Is it gonna focus? Real questions. Okay. Well, anyways, this is the one I'm gonna be using. I felt like it was the closest to my skin, so we're gonna use this one. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna do this like I normally would, where I just put a little bit on the back of my hand. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, that was a lot. So normally the way I just apply foundation is I kind of dot it all around my face, and then I will blend it out. Okay, so far like it's not like a bad texture or anything. It feels a little bit thick, which I mean, if it's like full coverage, that's not bad. This is definitely a little bit too light for me, but the other ones would have been way too dark. So I literally just, this is the process I do. I don't know, this is just what I do. I got a beauty blender also from the dollar store. I mean, beauty blenders to me, I don't really see a huge difference between like a high-end one and regular ones. I honestly don't even use beauty blenders that often. I actually use like these kind of like oval brushes. These are not like obviously the real ones, like the expensive ones. Those are just like some I got on Amazon, but I really like those. So I'm just gonna try to blend this out with the beauty blender, which I don't use that often, but it's whatever. Okay, well, that's like the best I can get the foundation. The foundation itself is not like, I mean, it's definitely not full coverage. This is very, very thin coverage, and honestly, you can't really feel it. Like, there's like a little bit of tackiness, like, but it's honestly like not that bad. Honestly, I expected it to be a lot more like oily and tacky. Like you can like kind of feel it, but it's not terrible. Which, I mean, that's good, but it's very, very thin. Like, you're really not going to get any coverage with this. And like I said, the shade ranges aren't that great. Definitely, if you're looking for something with good shade range, Fenty Beauty has the best. And if you're on like kind of a budget, there's a lot of really good foundations. This is one of my favorite. This one's not the right color for me anymore, I don't think. But I really like this Revlon makeup foundation. I really like this one. So if you're looking for something more like on a budget friendly one, I really like this one. I think it's a good coverage one. Normally, like I said, after foundation, I would go into concealer. Like I showed you, this concealer is way too dark. This is LA Colors. I think this one's Sassy and Chic. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to mix this with my normal, well, one of my normal concealers, which is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic. I'm going to try to mix these. Actually, the concealer that I've been using recently has been Tarte Shape Tape, which I would 10 out of 10 recommend. But once again, this is kind of more expensive. So if you can't afford this, because I think it's like a $20-something concealer, the NYX one is my second favorite, and it's only like $5. So I would definitely recommend that one. But I'm going to try mixing it with this one and making a color that'll kind of work for me. We'll see if I can do that. Okay guys, so trying to mix those did not work. I ended up just using the NYX one. I know that's kind of cheating because it's like $5. I thought I had an e.l.f. concealer here too, because I used to have an e.l.f. concealer that was $1. That one works really well, and that one has like a decent range of shades. But I just want to show you the difference between these two and why like this literally was not going to work. Like this is the dollar store one, and this is the NYX one, which actually like fits my skin really well. Like, and I forgot which. I'm trying to think what shade this is. This is a nude. This was the lightest one they had there, and that's another problem once again that I just kind of see is that there's not a whole lot of range of shades. Like you definitely need a range of shades, and like I said, the NYX ones have a good range of shades. So if you want kind of a cheaper one, this is a good option. But Shape Tape, if you can afford it, I would definitely recommend, because it's just, that's like full coverage. But this NYX one is pretty good too as well. It's not like full coverage, but you could definitely make it more full coverage, you know what I mean? Also, I don't like using this beauty blender. I figured this out after using this. For this, I feel like it's just not for me. So as far for eyeshadows, oh wait, there's tape on this, oh my god. Okay, so usually my eyeshadows, I pretty much stick to some basic palettes. I use either the Naked, recently anyways, I've been using the Naked 3 palette a lot, because it's kind of got like rose gold kind of undertone shades in it. Or I really like to use the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. Eyeshadow is like the one thing where I am kind of picky about it, because once again, I don't like my eyeshadows to crease or anything, and I'm just really picky about eyeshadows. I have like all 3 Naked palettes. I love them all. But I kind of alternate between the ones I've been using, but recently I have been using the Naked 3 the most. So I kind of usually go for kind of a like rose gold kind of like eyeshadow look. So I tried to find a palette that was like close. So this is an LA Colors 6 palette or 6 shadow little thing. As you can see, the shadows in it, I mean, they're pretty. I don't know how they're gonna look on the eye because I've never used this brand for eyeshadow, so I'm just going to try to go with it. I'm going to use my regular brushes because I wasn't buying other brushes just for this. I don't think there's a reason for that. So, also I feel like this might give it a better chance too, because these are good brushes. So I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try to do it the best I can. I think we're going to use this little white color up here as kind of like a base. And then we're going to go in with maybe this color down here in the crease, and then darken up the outer corner with that. I'll see. We're just going to play around because I really don't know. So just did the eyeshadows. I don't know if I told you guys, the palette is LA Colors, and then it's the color eyeshadow palette Haute, so Haute. So overall, I don't think the eyeshadows are bad. Like, they're kind of similar to what I would go to. Definitely not as pigmented. But it's $1 versus like a $50 palette that I use. So like, I would expect my Urban Decay to be super pigmented. I would expect, you know, the Anastasia to be super pigmented. These aren't super pigmented, but I feel like if you maybe like wet your brushes, or like, you know, I know some people use like Studio Fix Plus and like kind of spray their brushes. I feel like you could definitely make these more pigmented, but it is kind of a similar look to what I would go to, just not as pigmented, but honestly not a bad product. Now the next thing that I would probably do is apply powder. Usually I bake, but I couldn't find just like a setting like a loose powder, so I found this is like the closest thing to powder I guess that I found, which is a pressed powder, and it's in rose beige and it's by Colormate. Now I'm kind of nervous because it has a color. I usually use translucent powder, and I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm also using a kabuki brush. This one is Sassy and Chic. Ew, I don't like the way this brush feels. Okay, I'm just gonna be real. The way this brush feels, this feels very, very cheap. Yeah, no. This one does not feel good. I have lots of brushes that are like not expensive and feel really nice. Like this like white brush, for example. This is like a Amazon brush that came in a huge set. Like it probably came with like 14 other brushes. Like these are super soft. The way this feels is really like, I don't like it. It's very synthetic. I mean, obviously it's synthetic. I'm going to use it to just apply this, but oh my god, stuff is already coming out of it. Okay, so this is the powder. I don't ever use pressed powder, but I'm just going to dab it a little bit. We're just going to go over my face. Okay, well, I can't. Like, this hurts. This is actually painful. This I'm not going to keep. I'm actually going to throw that away. Sorry, that's awful. So the next thing that I would typically do would be contour, and I love contouring, guys. Like, I absolutely love it. And there obviously like wasn't really like a contour set. It just like wasn't there, but they did have these little cool things. So this is LA Colors, and this is a bronzer. Now this is in the color Sun Kiss. This color is very dark. Like, this is a pretty dark color, and when I actually swatched it, it's super shimmery. My normal bronzer that I use is just a very cheap one. It's a Rimmel natural bronzer. This doesn't really have any shimmer in it whatsoever, which is why I like it. And it's also apparently waterproof. Huh, I didn't know that. But it's in sunlight, so if you want like a good bronzer to use, because typically what I do is I do my contour, blend all that out, and then I just go over it with bronzer and stuff. But since I don't have like a contouring palette, I'm going to be just using bronzer very generously, because it's very shimmery, and I'm going to try not to make myself look insane. I don't really know how this is going to go. Also, if you're wondering, the bronze or the like contour palette I use is this NYX one. It's the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette. It's like $20. It's not bad for a contour palette. It's pretty good, and I've been using it for a while now, so I really like that. But back to this, we're just going to try to do this. I don't know how this is going to go. It's very dark. It's quite a lot for me. This is typically like way darker than the one I use, and this one also has like sparkle in it, although I do think it created a decent line. It's definitely too dark for my skin, especially since I'm using this foundation that's almost like too light for me. It's definitely like a little bit dark, but I don't hate it. As far as like a bronzer, it's definitely not a bad bronzer. If I was darker, like this would definitely be better. If I was like actually had a tan, which I'm never tan, but like if I had a decent tan, this would actually be really pretty, and I like the glitter in it. I'm going to keep this though, actually, because I don't think it's a bad product. It's a good product for $1. I'm not mad about it. Once again, it's just way too dark for me, but this was the only bronzer I could find, so like we just went with it. But like I said, the Rimmel one is really awesome, and that one is more my like skin tone, so, or like fits better with my skin tone, I guess, so that's good. Next thing that I would apply normally is blush. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one is not really like, they didn't have a whole lot of blushes to choose from, to be honest with you. Most of them are really dark, and I don't wear really dark blushes. This one's an LA Colors one. It's just Pink Blush is the name of it. It's very pink. You guys see that? It's very pink. So I don't know how this is gonna look. My typical blush is actually this NYX one. It's the NYX, it doesn't say what, NYX Baked Blush plus Illuminator plus Bronzer in the color Journey. This one, and then I also really love as far as like a high-end one, I love the Tarte ones. I think those, the Amazonian clay, those are amazing. Okay, this blush I don't hate. This is actually a pretty like light blush. I mean, it's not like super noticeable or anything, but that's not to me a bad thing. Like, like you can definitely see some color. I don't know how to show me that on camera. But in front of me on my mirror, I can definitely see some color. It's not overwhelming, which is good. They had a lot of dark ones there, which I was like, what am I gonna do with a dark blush? Like, but this one was like probably the only one that would have worked for me. So, yeah. Next product that I would be normally doing is highlight, and highlight is my life. People tell me all the time when I go into work, they're like, your highlight is popping, and that is because I use Jeffree Star. Okay, I use Skin Frost King Tut best freaking highlighter you can ever buy. Guys, this is like a huge product too. I'm sure you know about this because, like, I mean, come on now, but it's huge. It is like expensive. It's almost $30, but this is the best highlighter that I've ever found. So I love that. Definitely would recommend if you were in the market to get a really nice high-end highlighter. If you love highlighting like I do, I highly suggest King Tut by Jeffree Star. Jeffree also has other colors. I just think King Tut looks really pretty on a lot of people, so would recommend. Other than that, other highlighters I really like are the ColourPop ones. These are like the cheek, super shock cheek. These are great as well, and these are like $6 or something like that. So those are a great product for like a lesser price. Now this is another one of those little booklet things. This is just a highlighter by LA Colors. This one is not a normal color I would use. It's a very like silvery kind of color. When I get it on my finger, it just kind of looks like that. I don't normally go for this kind of color. It's almost like a pale gold. Usually with King Tut it's a darker gold, so that's usually what I wear, but we're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna use a little fan brush. We're just going to apply this. This is not bad, guys. Like, there's a decent little bit of shimmer on my face. Is it as blinding as this? No, but it's decent for $1. I'm not mad at it. I feel like I could use this actually for like brow bone highlight or something, so I'll definitely keep this. So the next area that I would move to is eyeliner. So this is a LA Colors Auto Eyeliner. Now, eyeliner is not something I'm super picky about. The eyeliner that I use now is just the, what is this one? Revlon Color Stay. So it's not even an expensive one. I don't really like to spend money on that kind of stuff. This one's decent, like, from what I can tell. We're gonna try putting it on my eyeball. Okay, hopefully I didn't move the camera too much. My battery decided to die, so hopefully the camera's still working. But last time I was talking to you guys, we were doing the eyeliner. Like I said, the eyeliner, to me personally, eyeliner is not something I find there's a huge difference in. Maybe like staying power differs, but honestly, like, eyeliner is eyeliner to me. This one's fine for $1. I'm not mad at it. I would definitely just keep this, throw it in my bag if I need to retouch, because once again, it's $1, so like I wouldn't be afraid of losing it. So I might actually throw this one in my bag just so I have like an extra eyeliner with me. After I curl my lashes, I usually go in with a mascara. Now, the mascara that I always use, this isn't even really an expensive one. This is the Tony Moly Double Needs Pang Pang Mascara. This one I have to order from Amazon because it's like a Korean brand, and I love this eyeliner like more than life itself. I think this eyeliner is like $9 or something. I love this eyeliner, this mascara. I love it so much, so I would definitely recommend that. The other like kind of one that I really like is, oh, I can't think of the name of it. It's a MAC one. It's like Zoom Lash or something by MAC. I think that's the name. I could be wrong. That's the one I also really like, but definitely the Tony Moly is my favorite, and it's like $9, so it's definitely not bad for the price, and I really like it. Now, this one is the LA Colors mascara. Now, most of this stuff, this is very tiny. This is like almost like a mini size, which is the only thing I don't like, but once again, it was $1. So let me look at the brush. Oh, brush is just like a normal kind of makeup brush. Like, it's not anything exciting. So I'm gonna use my big mirror again and just go ahead and start applying this. Is there anything on this? What the heck? Okay guys, so this mascara, honestly, I just don't really feel like it did anything. Like, it did add a little bit of length, but as far as color, like I don't really think it made them any darker or anything. I don't really know what it did. To be honest with you, like, it didn't really do anything. Okay guys, this is the last product. This is going to be lips. This is an e.l.f. liquid lip. Now, this is the only product where I didn't buy, like, a, like, designated, like, dollar store brand kind of thing, because e.l.f., they sell e.l.f., like, I mean, first of all, e.l.f. has their own, like, website and everything. They sell e.l.f. at Target. They sell e.l.f. everywhere. And not every e.l.f. product is $1, but e.l.f. does have a lot of dollar products that are really good that I've used over time. For most of this, I wanted to use products that I hadn't used before, which is why I kind of went for, like, the dollar store, like, brands. But I didn't really see any, like, lipsticks or anything I wanted to do, and I was like, well, I don't always wear lip products, so I was like, maybe I won't do that. But then I saw this e.l.f. color, and I thought it was really pretty, so I decided, you know what, we're going to do this one. So, and typically, if we're talking about lips and stuff that I like to wear, my favorite liquid lip is Jeffree Star's in Androgyny. I love that liquid lip, guys. It's my favorite. There's just no comparison. I love that one so much. Okay guys, so let's just talk about how my camera just decided it was going to die while I was filming the last little bit of that video. So that being said, this is the full makeup. You guys, well, I actually want to do a close-up so you guys can actually see it kind of more close-up. As you can see, the bronzer way too dark for me. This lip color is pretty. Eyeshadows, they're iffy. Like, they're definitely not bad, but they're definitely not as dark as I would like them to be, not as pigmented. You can still see my acne. You can see where I did like some little swatches. But overall, I don't hate the way this looks. Now, that being said, I want to show you guys the things that I would actually use. I would definitely use this liquid lip because this is really pretty. Not sure about the staying power of it yet because I haven't tested that out, but this is pretty. Eyeliner would definitely use. Would use the highlighter because it is pretty. I don't know how much. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of highlight. It's not super pigmented, but it is good. This blush is okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great. And I would use the bronzer, but definitely when I'm darker and I'm not as pasty. And everything else to me is just kind of like the eyeshadows are okay. I'd probably not really use these. Foundation, it's just not full coverage enough. The concealer I bought in the wrong color. This beauty blender is fine. I don't really like beauty blenders. That brush, I literally threw that kabuki brush away. Powder, I don't really see a point for. The mascara was just not that great. As you can see, there's like, you literally can't see anything on my eyes. That's insane. Yeah. So those are things I would use and things I wouldn't reuse. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm gonna go now because I have stuff I need to actually get done today and I'm gonna go do them. So I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.